I did a terrible thing. Let's talk about board games for a little while.
Cast the bones, 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 in a world of fun. Cast the bones, cast in a world of fun. Cast the bones in a world of fun. Cast the bones.
Hey Ben, what was your favorite this week?
Was Rising.
Your favorite,
Like that.
Cast the bones.
My name's Ben Eddings, and you're watching Cast the Bones.
I found a door in the trees.
this week?
Was Rising. It's right there behind me. Can you see it? It's a door. I like to go for a walk in the woods. I always like to walk. There's nothing suspicious about that behavior. Maybe I was out looking for deer. My wife used to love deer. Maybe I was out looking for her. Been playing a game called Sunset Over Water. I'm going to tell you about that in this episode of Cast the Bones.
Cast the bones.
I'm heading down to UK Games Expo. I'm excited, full of joy.
Cast the bones.
I found a door in the trees. I found it. I want to talk to you about a game I've been playing quite a lot recently. It's a game called Vengeance. And it's a game about getting your revenge against people who have hurt you. It's an incredibly overproduced thing. There's about 1,000 plastic miniatures, big colorful playing boards, lots of tokens, and about 1 million dice. There's just so much stuff inside the box, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. But when it's all laid out on the table, it excites you, doesn't it, to look at all this? It excites me to look at all this stuff on my table. We're kind of sick, aren't we? Isn't it sick how this stuff turns us on? All this plastic and cardboard. You take control of a character, and at the start of the game, that character gets wronged by some villainous gang bosses. You play these cards out, you choose them, draft them, and play them out, and then these people hurt you. You decide which bosses hurt you. When they do harm to you, they damage your attributes. They weaken you. You have to go to war in a weaker state because of these people. The different gangs have different abilities too. You've really got to choose which gangs you're going up against, which gangs you're hoping to score for. And then there's a phase where you try and heal up, try and improve your skills. They call it the montage phase. Montage. It's a French word, right? Montage. It's all about, it's that bit in the movie where you're training and fixing yourself up before you go out and take on the bad guys. But you get these special abilities, special items, stuff like that. Ramp yourself up and get prepared to move on from the wronging to the first combat. The whole game is these combats, preparing for them and trying to make the most of them, trying to score them. You've got to choose the right area to go into. You need to scope it out and find the bosses that you need to take out, the ones that you fucking hate, the ones that you want to destroy. You can recon the rooms. Try and find out who's in there. There's missions too. At the end of the game, you're going to get little bonuses, and there's achievements too. There's things that you can try and do throughout the game to gain extra points. But these are just a little bit of frosting on this. This is why the game works. This sequence here of rolling your combat dice and moving through these rooms, solving these little logic puzzles. They're logic puzzles, and you have to solve them. How do you take out the bad guys? How do you solve these tiny little puzzles, these mini games? These little mini games are so exciting. There's something so pleasant about knocking out the bad guys, knocking them over, and using your abilities to manipulate the dice rolls to make them work for you. Turning knives into movement, turning ranged attacks into at close range attacks. It's such a beautifully thought through system. But there's a whole load of stuff around it. It's so strange. It kind of feels like too much when you play it. You feel sick. I mean, these miniatures are so beautiful and they're unnecessary. There's no need for these things to even be in the game. It's almost like this sick compulsion we have to have the most incredible toys. We need to have the most incredible toys, and so they're here even though we don't need them. There's a solo mode too, because people understand now. There's a lot of people out here who just wouldn't want to play a game like this. It's just people like us who are just obsessed with these games and all this plastic that's clogging up the sea. And so we have solo mode so we can do it and we don't have to fight it. Sometimes when you're walking in the woods and the wind blows, shakes the leaves, shakes the branches. You can always imagine that someone's there. I found this door in the trees. Sunset over water is a beautiful little game. It's a picturesque game, that's what they say, because the art is beautiful. And I love the little meeples too. They remind me of me and my wife. I told you before so many times how we used to like to go walking, exploring together. We would sit for such a long time, talking about our future plans. Would we have children? Would we move back to the States sometime? What vacations would we go on? What places in the world did we want to visit? What secrets did we want to find out? How did we want to love each other? How did we want to look at things when we woke up in the morning? How did we And it's strange, the view ain't so good anymore when you're on your own. I found a door in the woods. I think that would make a pretty picture. I found a door in the woods. Sunset Over Water is a game about traveling around the world looking for beautiful things. Doors, mountains, sunshine, the water. And you're a painter. You want to paint these things. They have symbols on them, all these cards. And really what you're doing is collecting these symbols. You're painting these incredible vistas, and you're collecting these symbols. You have these cards. You decide when you want to wake up in the morning, whether you want to get up early and get out before the other players and grab those beautiful landscapes before them. But once you use the cards, they're gone. Get up at 11:45 in the morning, decide that you can only move diagonally and you can only paint 2 paintings. You do this move. You take your 2 cards, the 2 paintings that you've painted, and then you sell them. Commissions. You're a commissioned painter. You match the symbols. You score the points. It's a very simple game. Then the other players have to move around the grid too whenever they wake up. But they can move through those blank spaces. You know, those blank spaces are blocked off to them. So they have to do their best. And really, it's all about just collecting the cards for the symbols and fulfilling those commissions. It's a very simple game, but it just works so well. It's just so beautiful. There's additional little cards, get you little bonus points, but these seem strange, these ones. I'm not sure why why they're in here. But once you play through all your cards and once you've woke up that many times, the game is over.
I'm not going to tell you where this door is.
It's beautiful. I love this game. I love it.
There's only two people who know
I want you to
about this
get
door
sunset. Oh, sunset
and
over
that's me,
water.
Ben Eddings.
Because
This is my
for
show,
a
Cast
small
the
game
Bones.
like
This is my name
it's
down
just
here.
so wonderful. It's just I really love it.
Only I know
I
about
really
it.
love it. There's a solo mode too, and it's very, very beautiful.
And Lord of Blank Faces knows about it.
It's very relaxing to play this. I don't recognize.
I'm going down to
who this
UK
guy
Games
is.
Expo.
I don't recognize him anymore.
I don't know if any of you are heading down there, but I hope to see you there. I'll be taking some video and sending you some stuff from there. I want to show you what's behind this door soon. I left you a clue in this episode.
Cast the bones. Cast the bones, 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 in a world of fun. Cast the bones, cast in
Now
a
you can
world
ask me
of
questions over and over and over
fun.
and over in a room
Cast the bones.
and hope you get the right answer. Or you can just watch my show. Watch my old shows. And it's all in there. And I'm talking to you right now, right then.